AM TV5. Fine. One moment, please.
Yolanda Nerio is the first person you see or hear when you call or visit TV5. She's been our receptionist for 14 years.
I take it seriously. I work for this company. I feel that the impression you make is how people will visualize or see WNEM as, and you want to do a good job. There you go.
Actually, Yolanda wears 3 hats in the building. After she mans the reception desk, she heads out to the studio and puts on another hat. She's an assistant to the public relations director.
I have produced some of the spots, local spots, like Just Say No to Drugs, Coats for Kids, and the public relations director and I will be working on Toys for Tots campaign, which will be coming up.
This day, Yolanda was producing a spot with Brian Wood.
The spot's only going to be five seconds. Right.
Thank you.
And then you just sort of...
Yo has experience with producing. Back in 1984, she produced and hosted this show on Cox Cable. It was called Adelante and was done in Spanish and English for the Hispanic community.
It was a public service type of show. It was a magazine format, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
But she was also going to school, working on an associate's degree in broadcasting. Something had to go, so she dropped the show and finished her degree. Now she's working on another degree in English and communications. TV5 also just got a new phone system, and Yolanda helps administer the program.
We help program the telephones within the building, and we work with 2 different types of computers. And one is a regular computer system, and the other one is an Audix, which is your voicemail.
All this, and she raised 3 daughters, an asset to us and our community. I'm Jill Wellington for Take 5. It was a dog day afternoon at the corner of Janes and Washington in Saginaw.
Care for any crowd on that?
26-year-old Kevin Corral works his buns off 3 hours a day trying to scratch together enough money for college.
They're good.
Why do you sell dogs?
I really like it. It's a fun job.
Fun until he found out his neighbors were barking about him. Kevin got his dog tag, so to speak, from the city in January.
They said that they approved it.
Kevin knows this is a dog-eat-dog world, but he was shocked other diners were dogging him.
Did you guys complain? Is it competition?
Nope, not at all.
We grilled other eateries, but they declined comment. It was a case of man bites dog.
They sent me a letter saying they denied it.
City Hall denied the permit.
I didn't really think that was fair.
We wanted to know why, so we went looking for the top dog at City Hall. Where is it dogma that there can't be some healthy competition downtown?
Where's the city clerk? Oh, she's not in.
She said dogmatically. Kevin was growling mad too, and he mustered the courage to fight City Hall himself. He got help from a pack of Michigan Bell employees who found his dogs.
Very convenient.
They signed petitions for this underdog and finally hushed those puppies. The worst is over. City Hall backed down, and Kevin is playing catch-up after missing a few dog days. But he's relishing in his success.
Kevin feels that now he can let sleeping dogs lie, and quite frankly, he came out the wiener. Jill Wellington, News 5 in Saginaw.
Bloody Mary's appropriately enough.
Our own Eric Gila exchanged his morning cup of coffee for a Bloody Mary this morning. Eric doesn't drink that often, but today he's drinking early for a good cause. He and DJ Ken Hunter want to show all of us the effects of alcohol on our judgment and motor coordination.
You can talk. It takes me about 1 minute to get a read on it.
After just one drink, the level was
0.011.
0.011.
Which is very low level at the
After one cocktail.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're going to have another cocktail.
We'll see those numbers go up as we go along this morning.
I want you to go 7 steps forward. And I simply want you to turn around. Come back 5.
After just 2 drinks, Eric could easily walk a straight line, but he also said he was feeling the effects. Alcohol affects each person differently, depending on body size, whether you're male or female, and what you've eaten. But alcohol is involved in too many accidents and broken hearts.
One person that involved in a fatal accident may look like a statistics, but there's a lot of people affected by that down the line, relatives and everybody else that feel for the person that they lost to.
Jack Martin knows all about that. He's the president of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers in Genesee County.
I've lost 2 daughters in 2 different drunk driving crashes in 16 years.
Meanwhile, Ken and Eric continued to drink, and even though they're pros at radio, they were behind in their show.
It seems like, we got to do something. You got to pause 10, 15 seconds, figure out what we're doing. But when you're behind the wheel of a car, 10, 15 seconds, at 50 miles, 60 miles an hour, you've gone a long distance. You don't have 10, 15 seconds to make up your mind.
Missing cues and missing some script portions here, and way behind and totally out of control on the air.
I can feel the effects, definitely.
You wouldn't want to be driving.
I wouldn't want to be driving right now.
Hopefully you won't be driving when you feel the same effects this weekend and every time you drink. I'm Jill Wellington for Take 5. Frank Anderson has lived 107 years of amazing history. And coming from the hard life on the farm, he's enjoyed the improvements in the human condition.
Education has been better, improved. Working conditions have improved. Everything have improved.
Anderson says life is a series of changes, and he's seen his share. After working for Consumers Power Company, he decided to open his own sand and gravel business in the 1930s. His cousin, Laura Kranz, is Frank's only living relative. She's 24 years younger than him.
Hard work is what's made him what he is, and he believes in work. He doesn't believe in vacations. He never worked 9 to 5, 5 days a week in his life. It was all day and half the night and 7 days.
The hard work paid off, but Anderson spends his money on Saginaw, first helping to build a pool in the 1930s, then the wave pool in the 1990s.
I built a pool because I happened to see a lot of kids standing around and no place to go. And I was able to do this.
He also helped with many other projects, such as the Anderson Enrichment Center and the exquisite garden named for his dear wife, Lucille. Frank didn't marry till he was 60 years old, and she was almost 50. She died in 1990 after 41 years of marriage. The new Court Street Bridge is also named for Frank Anderson.
I enjoy living, that's all.
And we enjoy having you, Frank. Happy birthday. Jill Wellington, News 5 in Bridgeport.
If you're like me, you have a misspeller's dictionary on your desk. It's to spell all those hard words like license. But if you're like Norma Pauley of Freeland, you don't need one of these.
Norma is the spelling champion for Saginaw Valley, and for the second year she's in Washington for the Nationals.
There are 2 words that I always misspell, and I'm going to ask you if you can spell them. And if you can, I'm going to hire you to do my writing for me. License.
License. L-I-C-E-N-S-E, license.
Norma can spell license, but the words in the spelling bee are a lot tougher.
How about sphygmomanometer?
Yes. Sphygmomanometer. S-P-H-Y-G-M-O-M-A-N-O-M-E-T-E-R.
Norma placed 46 out of the 137 contestants in the Nationals last year. Her sister Irene, who also competed in the county spelling bee when she was 13, says that Norma is constantly spelling.
Just all the time you come home and you hear spelling words, word after word after word.
But Norma says she's not obsessed with spelling. She has other hobbies too. The Nationals start this Wednesday, and Norma says that all she can do is her very best. Jill Wellington, News 5 in Freeland.